going on, you guys? It's your boy Alex Thomas here with a episode of Nerd Talk for you guys. I know it's been a really long time. It's probably been over a year since we did Nerd Talk, but a lot of stuff has happened. Comic-Con just passed. Lion King just came out this weekend, and it's just been a crazy week, man, freak week, a year for comic book movies and movies in general. And I have to introduce someone that hasn't been on here for a long time. My good friend, John Stewart.
Dread it, run from it. Destiny always arrives.
What we always say, it's inevitable. And we are back. I won't make this a thing, we're not going to be doing this weekly, but just so much stuff has happened over the course of this weekend alone. Yesterday, Marvel announced a lot of stuff. It's crazy. But first, we're going to start off the top with The Lion King. The Lion King just came out this weekend. We just literally saw it like 30 minutes ago, actually. We just literally fresh out of the theater. And overall, the first thing I want to go with a positive, that the movie looks fantastic. If you literally just put it on the screen and just said these are real animals, I would have believed you. Because what they did with the animation, the CGI, it just works so well. I just can't wait to own this movie on 4K. This movie's gonna look fantastic on 4K. It look fantastic. What do you think, John?
I thought it was brilliant. I loved it. Obviously, it's not. You don't get the same experience that you get from the original. Because it's hard to duplicate that same emotional experience. That being said, they did a very good job trying to do that. Like you said, it looks real for the most part. There are some parts that are obviously CGI. But the landscape, it looks completely real. I had there's not much that I didn't like about the movie. There are little small things, little nitpicky things, but as far as the overall experience, I had to give it like an 8.5, 9.
Yeah, if I had to rate it, I'd probably give it 8.5 as well. Like I said, just as well as you, there was certain nitpicky things that but I had to get myself out of the original watching this movie, because I was literally like saying lines like the original. Like, we were literally sitting there saying the lines like the original movie, and they would kind of say it off-putting and say it differently, like F4, whatever. I think that's right. Chiwetel Ejiofor says his lines a lot different than Scars did, but I think he did a phenomenal job.
Yes,
of what
he made his own version of Scar rather than trying to duplicate Jeremy Irons.
They actually did something different with Scar instead they did in the anime.
Yes.
They changed up his storyline with the hyenas. I won't go too much in it. We won't talk about spoilers, but they kind of changed up his storyline with the hyenas. But I thought it was quite intriguing they did.
I thought what they did with his relationship with the hyenas made more sense story-wise, because I won't get into it too much. But as you already know, the hyenas and the lions are they're at war. They are opposing forces, as they are in the natural world. But rather than Scar always being an ally with the hyenas, you see them become allies in the movie, rather than them always being that way.
Right. So overall, I think the voice acting was amazing. Seth Rogen as Pumbaa was perfect casting. Yeah. Obviously, James Earl Jones give it as he always does as Mufasa. It really just he's the same way he is in anime. He's phenomenal. Donald Glover as Simba, it had to grow on me when I first heard him. Like, I hear him so much as just him. I don't see him as Simba, but it literally had to grow to me as I was watching the movie. Beyonce as Nala, she's Beyonce. I mean,
Beyonce as Nala. I'll say this: she didn't do a bad job.
No, most
definitely. The only thing that bothered me about it was sometimes you heard her Houston accent come out, and it was a little off-putting to hear a lion with a southern accent.
But I'm saying the one thing I could take away from it, you definitely know it's Beyonce when she talks. Like when
Absolutely. I mean,
you just know it's her.
Beyonce's voice is instantly recognizable.
That's the thing. It's like that's why I love when like certain these like the animated movies, like they got a lot of unknown actors to play these voices. So when they play them, it's kind of hard to.
Yeah, Beyonce is arguably the biggest star in this movie.
Right.
So when you hear her voice,
bigger than James Earl Jones.
I mean,
I'm just playing, but yeah.
But when you hear Nala talking, you can't help but see Beyonce's head on this lion's body.
Very true, very true, very true. Every single time she says something, I say, yeah, that's definitely Beyonce.
Yeah.
But not saying it in a bad way. Please, Beehive, don't kill me.
Yeah, it's not bad. That's just the star power she has.
Yeah. But what did you think about the singing?
I like the singing. It wasn't better than the original, obviously. They did change some things. They changed Be Prepared.
They shortened Be Prepared.
They shortened it and they made it rather than a song. They made it like a monologue with a melody. Yeah. So it felt less like a song and more like a speech.
Yeah, it was more like a speech.
Yeah, but I think in the context of the movie that works.
Exactly.
Because that Be Prepared and I Just Can't Wait to Be King, they're the two most elaborate songs in the movie for the original. So they had to tone down the cartooniness. Yeah. The only thing I was disappointed was that there was no green smoke.
He's being nitpicky though, but
like I said, that's not a big deal.
I do agree with you on I Just Can't Wait to Be King. 'Cause I was waiting. I was hoping they wasn't just gonna be doing the elaborate stuff like the animated.
Like had the whole
I just hope they did. When this movie opens, they do everything shot by shot. Me and John were sitting looking at each other like, bro, they're doing everything shot by shot. And
frame for frame.
Looks,
Circle of Life.
Oh my God.
The Circle of Life scene is
that's probably the best scene of the movie.
Absolutely.
That's definitely the best scene. I was literally humming the whole time. It just, like, oh my goodness. Like, I was sitting there, I didn't think I was going to cry, but I almost did. Like, just seeing how it was just brought to us. Like, every single shot, the elephant rising from the water with all the animals on his tusk. Just those little simple details.
Even the wild turkey that walks between the elephant's legs. Yeah. He walks the exact same way that
he almost gets stepped on.
Exactly. He almost gets stepped on.
The ants walking on the branch.
On the branch, and then you see the
zebra. I'll focus out, and you see the other animals. Oh my God! Just that little detail is. I don't understand the critics. I don't understand what they really got from this. I understand it's not original. That's probably the reason why people are most bashing this film. But
well, I mean, like I said before we started, it's hard to duplicate that same emotional experience. And I think that critics are being a little too hard on it because the Lion King is an iconic movie. Like it is a generation-defining movie that we never thought that we would ever see a remake. Like people have talked about it, but nobody ever thought it would come to fruition. And to see it come to fruition and not suck.
Well, the one thing I think that we waited for was the technology. Yeah. Like the technology wasn't up
to
par for us to do this movie. Yeah. Obviously, once they did Jungle Book, we knew Lion King was possible.
Yeah,
like Jungle Book solidified everything.
Absolutely.
Like, once you can do that, you could do this. Now, so they got the same.
And the live action Jungle Book is severely underrated.
Yes, it is. Most definitely.
I love that movie.
Did they release it on 4K?
No,
it needs to be on 4K.
It needs to be.
It will look. That's the one that I'm ready to own this on 4K. This is gonna.
I will say this: Jungle Book, the CGI looks a little bit better in Jungle Book than it does.
Well, the only difference I think because this is all CGI. With Jungle Book, they have the one actor working alongside the other CGI characters. So they have to use more CGI in this than they have to do Jungle Book.
Yeah, you're right.
So. Because I think in Jungle Book, even though I think all certain scenes are sets, like some of the grassy areas in Jungle Book, some of those are sets. Obviously, in this movie, there are no sets. There are no sets. I think the director there's one shot that's not CGI. My guess, I think it's the opening, like the first shot.
Yeah,
that we see. I think that is the scene that's not CGI.
Yeah.
I think everything else is CGI.
I agree.
But overall, I did highly enjoy this movie. I really would go see it again, though. I think I need to go see it.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it again.
The theater, I'm glad the audience we went to wasn't bad. No kids were just over the top. We did have a crying baby in our theater, but it wasn't bad. I didn't complain about it. The kids seemed to enjoy that was in the theater. I didn't hear no crying or screaming or anything from the audience.
There was one little girl that cried during Mufasa's death.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting that because I figured everybody
seen. Yeah, that would happen. Yeah.
How
do you think that scene played? Obviously, you know what happens. Spoiler alert: Mufasa dies. You know what I'm talking about. Deal. How do you think that scene played out? Like I said, I just couldn't take it away from the original. Original just did it so much better.
I thought the scene played out the way it was supposed to play out.
You think it was a little
as the first one because you knew
what
was going to happen.
Yeah.
But what the scene that got me the most emotional was Mufasa saves Simba and Nala from the hyenas, and he's giving him the speech, the discipline speech.
Right.
And right after that, he's playing with Simba. That scene hit me different because I'm a father now.
Yeah.
So that really got me emotional, especially knowing that he was gonna die in the next scene.
Yeah.
So I didn't full on cry, but I could feel the moisture in my eyes.
Yeah. I think the scene that got me was the ending. Obviously, when everything is done, the whole battle is done, and he finally is about to take his position on the throne. Just like anime, it's the same shot and everything.
Yeah, same shot. Everything is most of the shots are the same.
Straight out from the anime. Yeah. But I just think with the score, Hans Zimmer does come back and does the original score for it. But just the score, as long as everyone looking at it, it gets me every time. Every time I watch that scene, even the animated version, it's just I get goosebumps and I almost about to cry just because everything just works so well.
The score is the same, but it's updated.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's not exactly the same, but I would say about 90% of the score is the same.
Yeah, they change up a little bit. I think one of my favorite scenes in this movie is when they're singing in the jungle, the Lion Jungle song.
Yeah.
They kind of change. They actually kind of change up a little bit.
They changed
up that a little bit.
But they had to because in the original they were just singing a cappella.
Yeah.
With
they
this
kind of did it like a little song.
It
was other animals in the scene. What made it so much funny is other animals in the scene. They showed it in the trailer a little bit too. But Nala literally just, everyone knows this, but Nala literally leaps out of nowhere. It was out of nowhere. I was waiting for it, where she got to hop off from. So yeah. Like I said, overall, I'll probably give it 8.5. Give it 8.5.
Yeah, 8.5.
I give it 8.5 as well. Very enjoyable. I will say, take your kids and go see it. It's The Lion King. You can't go wrong with it.
Absolutely.
All right. Next on the agenda, what you want to talk about? Want to talk about it? Or you want to talk about?
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about
it. I'm not ready for the meat and potatoes yet.
Okay, let's go ahead and talk about it. This is the second, the final trailer. They call it the final trailer. Hopefully they don't show anymore. I don't think we need to see anymore.
Yeah, we don't.
But the final trailer for It Chapter 2. We obviously haven't talked about the first trailer because we didn't do Nerd Talk a minute, but I think that trailer was pretty good too. But we're talking about the final trailer has been released. Comic-Con released. They also showed 3 other scenes. They showed us 3 other scenes at Comic-Con. They haven't showed us, obviously, but they just showed the trailer to us. They showed the scene with James McAvoy in the mirror scene. They showed that at Comic-Con. They showed the Chinese restaurant scene. They showed that at Comic-Con. They showed scenes from where they're in the Nemo house.
Okay, see,
they showed that at Comic-Con.
If I had been at Comic-Con, I would have been upset that they showed the Chinese restaurant scene.
Me too.
Because that's one of the best scenes in the second part of the first one.
Yeah.
I would have been upset.
Yeah, I would have been very upset too.
No, I
feel like you need to see it in context because you see it. Like I think certain people saying these scenes, I think they didn't really do full effect from it. They didn't see these scenes in context. They saw them split up. So, but we're talking about the trailer. I think the trailer is phenomenal. I haven't stopped watching this trailer. I just the music, just the way everything's set up. Pennywise obviously is really pissed at these kids because they beat his ass in the last one.
Yeah.
But it's just
Yeah,
I absolutely love this.
In the trailer, he says, "I've waited
27
years
yeah.
for this."
Yeah, yeah. I absolutely love this trailer. This trailer is phenomenal.
Yeah,
Like,
because he comes back every 27 years and eats up all the kids. I think he's waited specifically for this group of children
to come back.
To come back.
He knew they were going to come back.
Yeah.
I think he knew they made the ult, and he knew that they were going to come back.
Yeah.
He knew. He's not dumb.
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
We obviously get we're really going to go deep in the Stephen King second half of this book. They're really
they're gonna do it. They're gonna do the ritual of Chud. They're going because you see a little bit of it in the trailer when they're all holding hands. I am very excited to see them go into that dimension and do the ritual of Chud.
They're going into the dimension where Pennywise is from.
Yes.
They're actually doing it. Like, if you would have told me that 10 years, 5 years ago, I would have laughed at you. I wouldn't have believed you. Because watching the miniseries, they couldn't have did it in the miniseries. It wouldn't have worked in the miniseries.
It would have looked terrible.
Yeah, it would look terrible. But I think
and they knew that.
We wouldn't have believed it. It wouldn't have been believable. You know, like we've gotten stuff like obviously Nightmare on Elm Street and stuff like that.
Yeah, we have the technology to do it now.
Yeah, exactly. Most definitely. It's the right time to make this movie. It is. It really is. And I think we've seen so much extraordinary stuff on screen. With seeing Pennywise's dimension, it's just, you know, obviously it's going to be very weird and very hokey. And, you know, I said at the point in time Stephen King was doing a little crazy, you know, a lot of stuff like writing this book. So we're about to finally see what's going on.
Stephen King said it was terrific.
Yeah.
And that's
so he's seen the full movie, or just seen like a rough cut?
He's seen the actual movie. He's seen the whole movie that we're gonna get in September. He said it's terrific, and that means a lot because Stephen King does not like a lot of his adaptations.
But he really liked the first hit.
Yeah,
so
he really liked it.
I really felt like he was gonna like this one because he loved the first hit. Like he's on the documentary and everything. Like he talks about how much he really loved that they did the way they did it. But I think with this specific book, I don't think you can't go out of the ordinary with this book. I think you have to stay within what the novel is. I think they said they added certain new scenes in it. I think that mirror scene isn't in the book. I think so. There's certain things that they did change. I make sense. You have to change certain things up and maybe take stuff out. But like this is a two-parter.
Yeah, everything doesn't translate well to from page to screen. But I'm very intrigued to see how they do this.
Yeah. What do you think about the casting? I think they cast it phenomenally after seeing them in that.
They cast it phenomenally. The only problem I have is the character design of not Eddie. Richie. Thank you.
You don't like Bill Hader as Richie?
I like the actor.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm gonna like what they're gonna do with his character. I think the humor will be the same, but Richie in the original was successful. Like
you don't think he's gonna be successful?
I don't think.
You know the way they portrayed him in the trailers. You don't think?
Yeah, I don't.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. We can't really. We judging off the trailer. We haven't seen it. But
I
really do think they're gonna do it. I think once he get to Jerry, that's when he's gonna look messed up. Yeah. He's gonna go crazy.
Yeah, because he looked like he a little messed up in the head.
Yeah. But I think we're gonna see most of these characters be successful. But even like with Beverly Martin, we know she's successful. Yeah. But like the way they portray her,
they're all successful. They're all successful.
Still, you know,
but like Richie and Bill are famous.
Yeah. They actually are entertainers.
Yeah.
Like Bill is a writer and Richie is like a stand-up comedian or something like that.
Right.
Well, not stand-up comedian, but he has his own show.
Yeah. Right.
And we obviously know Ben is, I guess, an architect. He was in the miniseries. He was an architect.
Yeah, Ben is an architect. Beverly is a fashion designer.
Right, and Eddie runs like a limousine company. So they are, and obviously
then
Mike stayed behind.
he's
He's
the
a
coroner.
librarian.
He's
He's a librarian in that.
He's a librarian.
Yeah,
Wait,
he's a librarian in the miniseries.
Yeah, you're right. I keep thinking he's the coroner because he shows up whenever
Well, he always shows up because he knows exactly what's going on. He shows up at every crime scene like, man, the kid died.
Yeah.
I know exactly who's doing it. It's Pennywise.
You know what? I'm always reminded of him whenever I watch Final Destination and Tony Todd shows up whenever somebody dies.
Yeah. He's always the one getting in on the victims.
Yeah.
Like, with death, you cannot.
So that's probably why I thought he was the coroner.
That would be a nice little homage. There's a lot of why is this loading? I hope it's not acting stupid. But there's a lot of homages to Stephen King. Obviously, the opening of the trailer is like The Shining with the blood coming out. I got a hint of that. We're gonna see probably a lot of different Stephen King homages to his other story. That's what I'm hearing. Do you think they're gonna like try to tie this into other Stephen King's like? Cause they said like Stephen King said all his books are connected. They're all in the same universe. They're all connected. Do you think they're gonna go within that and say okay, everything's connected, and we're gonna like? Do you think there's gonna be other Stephen King remakes from other books that's gonna come off from this?
I think that is inevitable.
True.
Yeah. Will there be other remakes? Yes. Will they explicitly say that they're connected? Probably not. I mean, there will be Easter eggs.
The only reason why I say it is because everyone's trying to do connected universe. Everyone's trying to do cinematic universe. Yeah. Obviously, the monster movie tried to do. Obviously, we got MCU, DCU, Conjuring. The Conjuring has a universe. They do. Like,
yeah.
So
I never thought that the Conjuring would have a cinematic universe.
Right. Yeah. They kind of do with all these different movies and stuff. Yeah. So who knows if Stephen King you would think after
like 5 movies in.
Yeah, Conjuring. Yeah, they have 5. Yeah.
They got 5 movies.
The Nun. They have 3 Annabelle movies
now. They have 6.
Nun. Conjuring 1, 2.
Conjuring 1, 2, yeah. All 3 Annabelles and the Nun. There's 6 movies in, and they have Conjuring 3 coming out. So they're about to have a 7-movie universe. Yep. That's crazy. Yep. In a short amount of time too.
Yeah, because Conjuring came out 2013.
Yeah.
Yeah. Damn, that's crazy.
7 movies in 6 years. Wow.
Well, that makes sense because when the first MCU had 6 movies in the first.
But that's a feat for a horror movie franchise.
Well,
that's only based on 2 characters.
With horror films, it don't take that much.
Because with Marvel, you got so many superheroes. You can and so many stories that you can pull from. You can have 4 movies a year.
True.
With something that's completely not completely original. But
yeah, it's crazy. They about to be 7 movies in. Well, I mean, like I said, with the success of It 1, and obviously this was going to be successful, you would think, like, okay, maybe we can build a universe over Stephen King lore. Who knows?
Right.
I wouldn't say do it. Just make the remakes, but don't say they're connected. I wouldn't like that. Let each one be a single story. I'm really tired of everything being a cinematic.
I don't mind.
Only certain properties can be cinematic.
Yeah, I don't mind them being connected because they are connected.
True.
In Stephen King's book, they really are connected. I don't want to see like a Stephen King team up movie.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
I see that. Yeah, I wouldn't like that.
I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't want to see.
Yeah, I think I like your idea. I'd rather Easter eggs.
Yeah, Easter eggs. Just show Easter eggs.
Show like in a newspaper, this event happened in this other town.
Yeah.
You know.
Or even what they do in the Conjuring. There's a character in the Conjuring universe that shows up in 3 movies, I think. No, wait. There are about to be 8 movies in.
8?
The Curse of La Llorona.
That's a part of the Conjuring universe too?
That's a part of the Conjuring universe.
I didn't know that.
The priest.
I'm surprised Lights Out isn't a part of it.
The priest from Annabelle
shows up in Curse of La Llorona?
Shows up in the
Is
Curse
it the
of
same
La Llorona.
priest?
It's the same priest.
By name or just it's the same actor?
By name.
Because
they purposely did not put him in the trailer.
Because you know that same actor is also in Insidious. He plays the same guy that works with Lee Lin Shaye's character. It's the same actor.
No, it's a different priest.
No, I'm talking about the actor.
I know who you're talking about. It's a different It's a completely different priest. This dude is Latino.
Oh, okay.
You know who I'm talking about now?
But I was saying he wasn't in Conjuring though.
He would. What was he in?
He must have been in another
He was in
Conjuring movie,
Annabelle.
but he wasn't in the Conjuring.
He was in Annabelle.
The first Annabelle?
Yes, because I haven't seen Annabelle Creation.
I haven't seen Annabelle Creation either.
Yeah, so he's in
I own it too. That's bad.
yeah, he's in the first Annabelle, and he's in the Curse of La Llorona.
It's about to come out on Blu-ray too.
Yeah.
I need to get it.
Hey, he's in another movie. He's in the third movie.
In the Conjuring? He's not in the Nun, obviously.
No, because the Nun
That's
is in the
take place
past.
too far.
I can't think of the other.
It can't be
movie.
Conjuring. It can't be Conjuring.
He's in at least 2 movies. So yeah, I forgot. I forgot all about the Curse of La Llorona.
You seen it?
Yeah,
I haven't seen it yet.
it's okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's not.
I'm really waiting for it to come out on Blu-ray.
It's not terrible. The only thing I don't like about it is that they show her too much.
Yeah, I'm not gonna like it then.
Yeah,
I like it
yeah.
when things are in the shadows. I don't
Yeah,
like seeing
they
it.
show.
I don't like seeing the creature. That's why I don't think I like the Nun that much, because it's just you. Once I've already
Well,
seen
see,
her
okay.
in Conjuring 2,
The
I've
thing-
seen her already.
The thing about the Nun, the story sucks. The Nun herself is still scary as hell.
I just don't like that they shows like that's the one thing.
But whenever
the
she
one thing I
shows
didn't like
up,
about the Conjuring 2 was like that, like you know what scene I just hate. It's a good setup, but it's just they set it up too much. Is when you first see the Nun pop up at the picture, they literally show a whole entire sequence of her shadow walking around the whole room.
Yeah.
You didn't have to do that.
No, they didn't have to do
You
that.
didn't have to do
But
that.
the thing
you know?
about the nun herself is the best thing about the movie.
Talking
Whenever,
about the creature.
whenever Valak, that's her name. Whenever Valak shows up, you're still creeped out. Even
she looks terrifying.
yeah, she's terrified. Even when spoiler alert. Even when she's disguised as the whatever, I don't know who the person that's in charge of the convent.
Yeah.
Even when she's disguised as that person, you still feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The story is not good,
Yeah.
and it feels very.
Felt forced.
It felt
rushed.
very hokey and
Yeah.
awkward
Well,
at times.
I think they're making a sequel.
They are.
They're making another one, so
They are.
obviously
Because it was commercially successful.
Yeah, all these, like I said, that's the one thing I said. All these movies are gonna make money.
Yeah, same
They're gonna
thing.
make money.
Same thing.
They don't
with
pay
Annabelle.
that. They don't make that. They don't charge that much to make.
Yeah, a lot of people don't like Annabelle, but with 3 movies into
They
Annabelle,
doing something right.
right?
I hated the first Annabelle. I hated it. There was only one sequence I liked in that. It was the basement scene.
I don't
That
think.
scene was, it was James Wan phenomenal, but overall that whole movie is trash. It is.
It's
The
not.
scene
I
where,
don't
I don't
think
even
it's
know. I
as
forgot
bad
the
as-
actress name, but you know the black actress who was in.
Alfred
Yeah,
Woodard,
she
who was
just
also in Lion King. She's Sarabi.
Yep, and she throws herself off of the
That
window for
was
no
stupid.
reason.
That was
She don't even
stupid.
know these people.
That was stupid. Why would you sacrifice
Yourself, and
for
it didn't
somebody
even
you
help.
barely know?
It
Right?
helped.
It didn't help.
It didn't help. She was delivering 5 dolls. So you wasted your life.
But yeah,
We're off track now. We're supposed to be talking about it. I know we're probably talking about it,
Yeah.
but we usually do that. We're in a tangent.
I don't dislike the movie as much as he disliked it, and that says a lot because there are a lot of horror movies I don't like. I thought within the context of the universe, it was okay. It was average.
I want it. And that's the one thing I people keep telling me Anime Crush is so good. I'm trying.
I'm gonna check it out.
I'm trying not to hear that because now I'm gonna go in the expectation that it's gonna be good. And I'm gonna hate it. I just know it. I don't want to hear that. Oh yeah, it was phenomenal, and I watch it and it's good. Like I don't want to hear that. Like I'm about to go in with my brain turned off and not remembering that people said this was good.
Yeah.
Because people are saying the new Annabelle was terrible. A lot of people said it's not good, even with the addition of the Warrens. You
I
know.
believe it.
So
I believe it.
I mean, overall, like I said, with these horror movies like it, I'm loving that they're taking the time with it because you have to. You have to take the time with it because of the story, because of the characters. It's about the characters first and the scares later. That's the most important thing. That's what some of these horror films fail at.
Well,
they don't care about the characters.
Well, I think
they
what
don't.
they did was they crafted a whole story first. They crafted 1 and 2.
Well, they took what was important from the movie. It was the characters.
Yeah.
That was the most important thing. It wasn't just I say about the story, but you cared about the kids. Like when you watched the first It, you're terrified for these children.
Yeah.
You don't want them to go through these situations, and when they do it, you feel good
And the
when
thing
they overcome it.
Yeah, the thing about it, I mean, not even with it, just with any movie that has children as the ensemble cast, you can identify. Goonies,
Stand by Me,
Stand by Me, Sandlot, Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Like they always have children with different personalities.
Yeah.
You can identify with at least one of those kids.
Yep.
And that's what I think works with children-centric movies. Is
that's the one thing
it's
why
empathetic.
With the adult movie. That's why I really do hope it works, because obviously the miniseries, the adult movie just didn't work, but it was bad. Like, it was just written bad for that miniseries. But I think with this one, I think they really did take their time, and I think the casting really does work. James McAvoy is phenomenal. Jessica Chastain is phenomenal. I don't know about the other actors. Obviously, Bill Hader is good. I don't know about the other actors though, like that playing Mike or Eddie or Ben. I don't know.
I like the dude that's playing Mike from the.
Well, I know he's from the Old Spice commercials. That's the only thing I know him from.
He was in something else. I can't remember what it was.
But
from the trailer,
I think they're gonna give him more to do, because obviously in the first,
they definitely gonna give him.
In the first, it was Ben that was the investigator, but really it was Mike that was supposed to be the investigator. But they changed it and gave it to Ben because he was the new kid, and Mike wasn't the new kid, but he was the outsider.
Yeah,
so,
Mike had always been there, but he was the outsider.
And Ben was the new kid, so he was the one investigating Derry.
Right.
I like that though, because it just made sense. But
the new kid, like new kids on the block.
Yeah. I love that it was 80s. I love that it didn't go back that far, and I love that this one's now it's up to date. Now it's not going to be,
That's why they did that, so they could make the current one in the
modern day. Yeah. I think it just works now. It's going to be funny what it does in the modern day. That's the one thing I'm intrigued by, to see what the entity is going to do now with modern technology. It's going to be kind of freaky a little bit. People got cell phones and internet and everything. It's going to be weird. So overall, that's our thoughts on the trailer. I just thought the trailer's phenomenal. Just the whole ending of the trailer, just seeing just everything, just how freaky it looks. I'm so ready for it.
Absolutely.
All right. Next on the agenda, we're going to talk about.
We got to talk about the Witcher trailer.
Yes.
And then we get into the meat and potatoes.
Let's go ahead and talk about the Witcher trailer. They released this at Comic-Con as well. Henry Cavill's playing the main character. I'm not a fan of The Witcher. I've never played any of the games. I've seen gameplay from the games.
Yeah.
The gameplay is phenomenal.
Yeah.
I'm not going to fly down that, but this trailer looks phenomenal.
Yeah, I've never played The Witcher. Like I said, I've seen gameplay. I have a friend, Phil. He's played the game. He played it and beat it.
He played The Witcher 3 and beat it? Or was it?
Was it The Witcher 3?
Well, that was the recent one that came out. Was The Witcher 3?
Maybe.
I know the game's like over 50 to 60 hours long.
I think he beat it.
Wow.
At least like the main.
Okay.
The
So
main
I know there's a lot of storylines. Marquise has played it too.
Yeah, I know for a fact he didn't 100% the game.
Yeah, you 100% that game. You are a trooper.
Yeah, he didn't. No, he didn't 100% the game. I know that because he drives trucks. He ain't got no time to do that. But I think he did the main. He beat the main part. And he said that game was phenomenal. He said that's one of the best games he's ever played.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And so I'm definitely excited for that for this TV show. Like I said, I never played it, but the trailer definitely got me intrigued.
I think Henry Cavill was the perfect cast.
Yeah,
Henry Cavill hadn't got his due. Obviously, he played Superman. He was really good in Mission Impossible. He was really good in Man from Uncle. No people talk about the Man from
I
Uncle.
haven't seen it.
It's really good. It makes him. You really want him to be James Bond, like in that. He gets kind of be like James Bond in that movie a little bit. It's more of a comedy, but he's really good in that too. But he hasn't really got his due. Hopefully, he gets his due in this show alone. I just want to be Superman again. I don't care nothing else.
I agree.
He's my favorite Superman. I don't care nothing else
agree.
either. Overall, I love the feeling of this trailer. I love that it's dark. Got a Game of Thrones feel to it as well. I think is it Netflix or just?
It's Netflix.
It's Netflix.
It's
Okay,
Netflix
it's a
original.
Netflix original. I just think it was it's the right time to make this show too. Obviously, Game of Thrones is done, so now we have another show to kind of not say take in that void, but it's kind of the same thing. We have the Lord of the Rings show coming up as well. Amazon is doing that too, but this is a nice little void to jump into that as well. Yeah, I like the trailer.
No, I like it. I'm excited for it. I'm definitely gonna watch it.
Yeah,
for sure.
Most definitely. I'm not subscribed to Netflix, but I'll find a way to watch it. I'll find somebody to watch it. I'll log into someone else's account.
Yeah.
But next on the agenda, we're gonna talk about a little part of the meat before we get to the real meat potatoes. Avengers Endgame has finally passed Avatar. Avatar was released in January, December of 2009, and it's been the #1 movie in the box office worldwide for 10 years.
No movie
has come close until now. Avengers Endgame has officially dethroned Avatar, James Cameron Avatar. But we got to give applause to James Cameron because he's had 2 movies in the top 3 in the box office.
Titanic.
Avatar and Titanic. Titanic just recently obviously lost the spot to Avengers Endgame, and then obviously Avengers Endgame just moved it to #1. But we got to give him props, man. He's had 2 of the movies. Both of them were nominated for Best Picture. I think he won the Academy Award for Best Director for Titanic, if I'm not mistaken.
I think so.
But overall, I'm very excited for Marvel. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to the Russos. We got to give them credit because if it wasn't for them, they really worked their asses off on these movies. You can definitely tell by the product that we got. They really care.
They gave their all.
Man, they really care
for this franchise.
We need more directors like them that cares about the product that they're giving us. You know, I'm looking at Michael Bay right now because if you cared about the Transformers, your movie would probably be at this point right now. I can tell you right now, Transformers will make over $2 billion if you cared about Transformers. Yes, they would. Obviously, one of them made $1 billion. If it was good, it would make 2. It would have. I'm not even lying. You know that.
I know.
I'm
still like very upset about The Last Night. Like the Last Night is one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
It's not balanced.
I still don't know what it's about. No one knows what that movie is about.
Yeah, trust me. They have a little girl in there that shows me in the beginning. It just doesn't make sense.
The little girl is
so
90% of the trailer.
You know what's so bad?
And 20% of the movie.
You know what's so bad? It's so unbalanced. They didn't know the ratio of what they needed to do for the whole movie. They kept going from IMAX, 3.9, IMAX. They just didn't know what to do. Michael Bay was like, I'm about to snort some heroin and I'm about to make this movie. Alright, we're going off on the tangent. But I'm about to read this article from Entertainment Weekly. Whose article is this? Let me give credit to that writer of the article. What is his name? By Oliver Gittel. Alright, shout out to you, bro. He starts off his article with Thanos would say, it was inevitable. Marvel superhero epic Avengers Endgame is set to unseat James Cameron's sci-fi smash Avatar as the highest grossing film ever at the box office. Disney announced Saturday as of Friday's Endgame global haul clocked in at 2,789,200,000, just 500 short of Avengers Endgame. And say it should close the gap this Sunday. It is most likely it's closed the gap. We'll find out the final numbers tomorrow, actually, because it's still Sunday. So most likely they're still collecting in that box office. But as of right now, they're gonna make 500 million. I mean 500. They're gonna make that 500,000. They're gonna make that 500,000. That's how much they're gonna make. They're gonna make at least $1 more billion after this weekend. No question. There's really nothing else out to see. I mean, $1 more billion. Yeah, that's all they need to make is $1 more billion. My guess they already did it. I'm just saying right now they have already done it. Cause I mean, I think certain theaters still have it. I know Silver Spot doesn't have it, but I know certain theaters still have it in theaters.
Yeah.
I think Solon still has it in the theater. I checked the show times. I think AMC still just has it.
Yeah, Cinemark is Strongville, so they have it.
Okay. Oh yeah, the one out in. Yeah. Okay. So yeah,
that's why I went to go see it.
For the re-release?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did you get a poster?
Yeah, I got a poster. It's in my car now, actually.
Yeah, it was the glove, right?
Yeah,
okay, I seen
it
photos.
says "We Love You 3000."
Yeah, I seen photos, and it's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Is it big?
No, it's not big. It's just a
regular
poster.
Okay. Yeah, I seen that.
It's the free size poster.
So, like I said, I'm not gonna read the rest of the article, but overall, it's gonna take the #1 spot. Well earned. I really wanted Infinity War to do it. When Infinity War first came out, we were talking.
Yeah, I am a little upset that it wasn't Infinity War because, in my opinion, Infinity War is a better movie. But I am still very happy that Endgame beat Avatar. I'm very happy about that.
Yeah, for Infinity War and Endgame, it's a toss up. Like for each day switches. Like I just recently watched Infinity War. It's like, man, this movie's fantastic. Thanos just steals the show.
For me, it doesn't switch. I mean, like I was watching it with my wife, and I'm like, this is clearly the better movie.
Well, the one thing I can say about Infinity War is that it just doesn't stop. That's the one thing that I can give Infinity War is that for Endgame, you get that opening and then that first like 30, 45 minutes, it stalls. Because you got to really catch up with the characters after them losing it.
Right. You have to kind of do that.
That's the difference.
Right. And with it being the way that they did the movie as if it was going to be the last Marvel MCU movie ever.
Yeah, it definitely feels like that. It definitely feels like they can literally stop making.
Yes, after this, you can end the MCU on Endgame, and that it will be a close to perfect franchise.
Yeah, it will really be like the bowl of everything. Yeah, it would.
Yeah,
most definitely.
Well, we're glad that they didn't do that because now we can get into the meat and potatoes.
We're gonna get into the meat and potatoes. Like I said, Comic-Con. I think today was the last day of Comic-Con.
Yeah, it was.
I think today was the last day of Comic-Con, and a lot of stuff has been announced. Obviously, they announced the trailer for that. But obviously, Marvel
has taken over.
They done literally killed the game. They literally broke the internet, as you said. They literally broke the internet. They broke the internet. They gave us release dates for Phase 4. Well, not everything in Phase 4. They gave us what we know of now.
They confirmed every movie for Phase 4, as well as other movies that are going to be in development. They have confirmed, well, we already knew that, but they confirmed a release date for Black Widow. They confirmed a release date and title for Doctor Strange. It's going to be called Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. And that will be the MCU's first horror movie. And it will co-star Elizabeth Olsen
as Scarlet Witch.
That's
going to be crazy because to hear that it's going to be a horror film, it's like
for them two to be in the same movie, it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Because she's strange. Well,
obviously Doctor Strange,
but because you don't really know what her power is. They never really explained it.
We haven't. Well, I think that's why I think she really does need her own movie because her power is she technically can be the strongest Avenger.
Right.
Her power
because it's so mysterious.
Yeah. Not even that is that she has the power to literally wipe people's memories off. She has the power to erase the entire universe memory and forget what has happened. She's
telekinetic and she's a telepath. So.
All right, so here go the slate for the MCU of what we know of Phase 4 right now. Like I said, they can always change it. They can add things to this if they want to. They can. Because we know that Guardians 3 is coming, but they didn't put that on here. They announced Fantastic Four. They announced Fantastic Four.
They announced it's in development. It doesn't have a title.
That's like what I mean.
Yeah, it doesn't have a title, doesn't have a script, but they confirmed that they are working on a Fantastic Four.
And obviously, the one thing they said, X-Men is. They announced they said New Mutants for it to be announced.
Yeah.
So we obviously know they already made New Mutants, but what are they doing with it? We don't know. Right now, it's not on the slate for what they announced on Phase 4. But here go what they announced, and they do have release dates. And I'm so happy they gave us release dates because they showed last year they gave us release dates of what was coming out, but we obviously had to put in what was coming out. I'm so upset that Black Panther 2 isn't on this slate, and I'm upset Guardians 3 isn't on this slate. But like I said, they can always change it and things.
Yeah, this is gonna change because they started writing Black Panther 2.
Okay,
right. So 2 weeks ago.
So here go the dates. May 1st, 2020, Black Widow. The fall of 2020, this is a Disney Plus series, Falcon and Winter Soldier. We do know, obviously, in the logo, we see Captain SHIELD. So Falcon will be Captain America. He comes out with the shield and everything. At Hall H and everything.
My guess is that this is going to be his second origin story.
Yeah.
Where we'll see him become the new Captain America, and we probably won't see that until the end of that series.
We know that Zemo will be the villain.
Yes.
In the show.
And he will have a beard.
They showed footage.
Yeah.
They said they showed. I think they showed footage at Comic-Con as well.
He will have a beard and he will have his
mask.
iconic hood.
He'll have a mask in it as well. November 6th, November 6th, 2020, The Eternals will be coming.
I am
I'm very excited about it because this is going to be the Guardians. This is going to be like the Guardians of this slate.
For those of you who are not familiar with the Eternals,
go ahead and school them on the Eternals, bro.
They're basically Thanos' ancestors.
Yes.
That's pretty much what they are.
They're very immortal beings.
Yes.
Are otherworldly with godlike powers.
Yes.
That's basically what they are.
Yes.
And I'm very intrigued to see what they can do. And I really hope they are. They not saying they like the Guardians, but they do come out with that feel because I really do think you got to go in the comedy aspects with this stuff because you go too serious, this won't work. I think
I don't know. I think Eternals might be serious.
You think so?
I think so. I think Eternals is the other side of the coin of Guardians of the Galaxy.
I can see that. Alright, February 12th, 2012, we have Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings that basically confirms that the Mandarin is in this universe.
Yep.
There actually was a one-shot of the actor who was playing Ben Kingsley was in jail, and they confronted him about the real Mandarin. Yeah. So we do know he's.
I still haven't seen that one shot. Yeah,
he's basically in jail, and he gets confronted from someone that knows who the Mandarin is. That's basically what it's about. So basically, he's gonna be in this movie. I don't know anything about Shang-Chi, so I'm not gonna try to read anything on him. I literally want to just watch this movie as cold as I was with Guardians. Because when I first saw Guardians, I didn't know anything about them, and when I saw the movie, I fell in love.
I was too intrigued with Guardians to not read the source material because I didn't know who they were prior to it being announced. Yeah. And once they announced it, and I read up on them, I'm like, they sound dope. I can't wait to see it. And that's what I'm doing with the Eternals. I'm more excited about the Eternals than I was when they announced Guardians of the Galaxy, and I read up on it. Like the Eternals is so dope. Like I recommend reading up on the Eternals. Like they're fantastic. Like he said, they're godlike, and their story is so dense and rich. Like there's a lot going on with the Eternals. Like they have a trilogy on their hands.
Yeah, most definitely,
for sure.
And that's why I said I think I kind of wish that that would be like, you know how they lead up to something, they would lead into that. Like the Eternals is something you lead into. You don't put them in like the Guardian. You don't just plop them into the phase. Yeah. That's the end of the phase. That's the
Eternals,
end of the phase.
Eternals is gonna be more important than people realize.
Exactly. Yeah. So next we have spring of 2021. Another Disney Plus show is WandaVision. A lot of people said it was going to take place in the 50s. That makes no sense.
No, it's not.
She wasn't. She's not alive in the 50s.
Yeah,
Wanda. Basically, it's going to be Wanda. Basically getting over the fact that Vision is dead. But I think they're going to bring back Vision in this series as well.
Yeah, it's going to take place after
the events of Endgame.
The events of Endgame, and some people are going to say that a different version of Vision will show up in the show at some point. Do you think? Because Paul Bettany is returning to the role.
I do remember. Yeah. Do you think? It's funny leading into this next one is Doctor Strange, since you already talked about that. Do you think that they will still be a couple after knowing that Vision isn't the same as he was in the past? Because obviously we're coming up on the next movie is Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Do you think that's setting Doctor Strange and Wanda, Scarlet Witch to be a couple? It's kind of weird saying it now.
It's weird. Because
they don't because they're not in the comic. They're not even related. They have nothing to do with each other. But like I just see that because obviously their power and what they can do.
Yeah, see, I don't know if Vision will be a true alternate reality version because they're coming before. That series is coming before.
That's what I'm saying.
The multiverse.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. So I don't know. That's tricky, but I don't want to know too much.
Me either. Yeah. I do agree. So next, in May 7th, 2021, we have Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. Like John said, it will be Marvel's first horror film. I think the villain is called Nightmare. Yeah. I don't know that much about Nightmare, and I'm probably not going to read it too. I want to go into not knowing anything because this is probably going to be insane.
Yeah, because I didn't know much about Dormammu when Doctor Strange came out. The only thing
I just knew he's basically not saying he's like Thanos level, but he's a very He's like Galactus. He's a very
Yeah.
big entity.
The only thing I knew about
Dormammu
Dormammu was from Marvel vs. Capcom. That's literally the only thing I knew about Dormammu.
Next spring 21, they got confirmed the Loki series is coming. We found out that this Loki will obviously follow the Loki from Avengers Endgame that took the Tesseract.
Yeah, this will be the 2012 version of
the alternate
Loki.
one, because we know that that's not the main timeline we're following. This is an alternate timeline.
Right.
And obviously with the multiverse, we know that's the reason why they're doing this, because they're actually going to indulge in that stuff.
Right.
I think the Endgame was the closing out everything, but it was also, as we know, setting up for the next phase.
It's the beginning of
setting
it.
up in this phase.
They pretty much, with Endgame, they kind of hit the reset button with the franchise.
Summer 2021, we have Marvel. It's a Disney Plus show again. Marvel, What If? If you guys don't know what if, Marvel had these line of comics where they did What If, and it was basically just different scenarios with different characters doing a lot of different things. That's basically what it is. And basically, what if is basically what if Captain America became Iron Man? Just something like that. That's basically what the what if is. We found out most of the characters will be coming back besides Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, because obviously they're trying to do other things.
They said at least 25 characters will return to voice their characters.
And we confirmed that the Watchers will be like the narrators of this thing.
The Watcher.
Who's playing the main Watcher?
One of my favorite actors, Jeffrey Wright. I love Jeffrey Wright.
Isn't that? I think I know him from. He's in Hunger Games: Catching Fire.
Yeah.
Wasn't he in
He was in Cadillac Records. He played Muddy Waters.
Okay.
He was in he was in Shaft.
Yeah.
That's
all.
I was like, it's like he's one of his most famous roles.
He was in Shaft. That's what I was about to say.
He was in Shaft. He was in
His name was Peoples.
Peoples. Yes.
His name was Peoples. But yeah, basically that's what if is, and I'm really intrigued. It's gonna be an animated thing. That's what I do like about it. Go different. Don't make it live action. Do animated, because we do need more variety on Disney Plus. Fall of 2021, they did confirm Hawkeye will be getting his own series. Basically, hopefully this takes place after the events of Avengers Endgame. Most likely it won't. It'll probably take place before Endgame, most likely, because we want to see what Hawkeye was doing between that time. But that's the only problem I have with that. This Disney Plus, are they going to go that far with these series?
I think it's going to be after, because I think before Endgame he was retired.
No, I'm talking about after the snap. That 5-year time gap.
Oh,
It's going to take place in that 5-year time gap after the snap.
I don't think so.
I don't think so either. Hopefully not. And the final cream of the crop, which I'm probably the most excited for, we did it, finally announced Taika Waititi will be coming back to direct this movie as well. It's Thor and what's the title? Love and Thunder.
Love and Thunder.
And they did obviously announce Natalie Portman will be playing Lady Thor, female Thor, in this next movie, and it's very exciting. So does that mean that Chris Hemsworth and Natalie Portman will be a couple again? We don't know. We don't even know if have they announced that Chris Hemsworth will be coming back for this movie, or is Natalie Portman going to be the lead?
They haven't. Natalie Portman is going to be the lead.
Okay, she's going to be the lead.
But
just what I thought.
They haven't confirmed or denied whether
Chris Hemsworth
he's going to be in this movie.
I wouldn't be surprised. I would love it.
Yeah,
I would love it. I would love it to be like more of like not like a romantic comedy thing, but kind of like that he's kind of, let's say he kind of feels upset that damn, now she worthy and I'm not worthy, so.
But like I said, look, the things that they have excluded from this timeline are the Black Panther sequel and Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
And obviously what they have announced. They announced Blade. They
Blade. We didn't talk about Blade.
They had Blade.
They announced that they are rebooting Blade with Mahershala Ali being the
main actor, being Blade.
They
they even have a title. They revealed the title and everything.
Yeah, the title.
I'm surprised because they don't have it on the slate of Phase 4, so my guess that would be Phase 5.
And I just read today that after he won the Academy Award, he got on the phone immediately with Kevin Feige. He said, "I want to play Blade."
Oh yeah, he got more clout now.
Yeah,
Academy Award.
Yeah,
didn't he already win one though? He's 2-time Academy Award winner, isn't he? Didn't he win one for Moonlight too?
Yeah, that's after he won for Moonlight, that's when he called.
Okay. But wasn't he already? But I'm saying he was already. No, that was TV though. That was in studios. Talking about when he was in Luke Cage.
Yeah, he was Cottonmouth.
Maybe he had to. Maybe he had to get out of that deal in order to be like, just kill me off, man. I don't want to play Cottonmouth no more.
Probably. That's probably why
I don't want to be Cottonmouth no more.
And you're right. That makes sense. That's probably why.
It's so bad. I think once Cottonmouth died, the show got trashed.
Yeah, the show completely
Got
changed.
trashed once Cottonmouth died. I didn't like
Diamondback.
Nah, I didn't.
He was
like
too
that.
over the top.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cottonmouth was a perfect balance of menacing, but he was still smooth.
Yeah. Yeah. Most
And he was a villain with a code. Like you can identify with Cottonmouth.
Right. But
he didn't really feel like a villain.
No, he was more like you can really understand where he's coming
Yeah.
from. But that's the better villains when you can understand where they're coming from. Like I'm gonna go to one of the most iconic one, the Joker. The reason why the Christopher Nolan Joker works so well because you understand why he's doing everything he's doing, regardless of how bad it is. You understand everything he's doing. It's kind of scary.
But he definitely feels like a villain, though.
Yeah, obviously because he's doing horrific things.
Yeah.
Like kidnapping people and killing people on camera.
But more of a gray area would be Vulture.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, because he's clearly doing all of this for his family.
But he's not. But like I said, the Vulture's not literally killing people. He's stealing, but he's not killing people.
He definitely killed somebody.
When?
He killed.
Oh, Shocker.
Yeah, Shocker.
But you know what I mean, though. He did that because of what he did.
Yeah, he
became a liability.
Yeah, he's not killing people
like
maliciously.
Yeah, he's like he has a code.
Yeah.
Like obviously, if Shocker didn't do that dumb thing, he wouldn't have killed him.
Right.
He just drew attention to himself. Like, oh, you're a liability.
You gotta go.
Yeah. You're done. But yeah, that is the whole phase for. Like I said, I want to talk about obviously what they announced that wasn't on this list is X-Men, Fantastic Four, New Mutants, and Guardians 3.
Now with X-Men, they're working on it, but
right, they say it's in development, but they just said mutants. They never said X-Men. I think
right.
They never said X-Men.
They pretty much said
it's enrolled for mutants.
Yeah, they pretty much said don't expect it anytime soon because they got all this coming out, and they confirmed development for Fantastic Four. So I think Fantastic Four is the priority out of those two franchises.
But like I said, I think with all these different ones, I don't think there's a spot for any of these other characters to pop up in other movies. Thinking about it, there's no reason for like Reed Richards to pop up in any of these things. There's no reason for Johnny Storm. There's no reason for any characters to pop up in these movies besides probably Doctor Strange. But
even
no,
then, it'd be weird because they announced that it's a horror movie,
right.
So
it wouldn't make sense. But so maybe it's not going to be this phase. It will be phase 5 when we see those other movies. Because I think Kevin Feige has confirmed that Blade will be coming out in phase 5. I think he said that when he interviewed him. So it's very intriguing. Another thing I want to talk about, Sony is doing Morbius.
Yeah, and Jared Leto is Morbius.
And obviously Marvel Studios is doing Blade. Do you think they will come to an agreement like they did with Spider-Man to have Morbius in this universe so it makes sense, obviously, because he's a vampire. They're doing vampires in their universe. Do you think that Sony will finally, we're not saying they will oblige to Marvel, but do you think they'll come to an agreement to try to kind of have these characters intertwine with each other and coexist?
Maybe. I think the primary, the crossover that is the priority now is Venom and Spider-Man. Right. Because Venom was very successful.
Made over $800 million.
Yeah, it was way more successful than anybody thought it would be.
But going to Venom, I think that first hour was dreadful. Once he gets to symbiote, it's a kick-ass movie.
Absolutely.
It is. It's like once he gets to symbiote, it's good.
Absolutely.
It's surprisingly good. And the Venom symbiote and Tom Hardy. If they just made the whole movie just about them, like they just cut out that first opening, even with him and Michelle Williams, they just cut that opening and just obviously start him going through the situation with him. If he went going through the problems,
they should have started
him being fired.
They should have started the movie with them broken up already.
Yep. They should have started with him going through the breakup and him being fired from his job.
Yeah.
They should just cut out.
That's the biggest flaw of the movie.
That's the part that's kind of
that's the biggest flaw of the movie. Yeah.
Because it's kind of like what I do with Transformers. I kind of really start the movie there. I kind of really like if I go to scene selection, I literally start where he finds out about the symbiotes. Like when he gets approached by the lady about, we got these symbiotes and stuff. Mm-hmm. I literally started kind of like on Transformers, Dark and Moon.
Because it feels like a prologue, almost as if it's not entirely essential to the movie's plot.
Yeah, it's not.
But you have to have knowledge of these actions before you get to the main.
It's obviously because
issues.
The symbiote feeds off what Tom Hardy's going through.
So basically, you need to have knowledge of these actions, but you don't necessarily need to see them.
Yeah, most definitely. Because it's funny they explain it when he sees her for the second time, and she says it like, "You did this." And it's like,
"You got me fired."
Yeah, like, we didn't see it happen. I got the emotion through that one scene. I didn't need to see him go through what he went through, even though I think. When he interviewed the evil guy, I don't even know what his name is, but when he did, I think you started there. Like, don't start it when they show the relationship, but start him doing the interview with him going to see about him doing all the terrible stuff that people. Because if you don't get that confrontation, then you don't understand why he doesn't like him. So maybe that's why. But like I said, do the same thing with Transformers: Dark of the Moon. I always start where like Shia LaBeouf meets up with John Turturro's character, and they finally figure, we gotta get set. No, I literally start the movie there because that's when it gets good. Mm-hmm. Like it literally gets good there. Even though I think before it gets a little good. Like I said,
I would a little before.
Like I think I want to do one video talking about this Transformers franchise in general. We might need to do a whole live stream just talking about what things would make it better. I'm not gonna bash the movie. Like I said, there are amazing parts about Transformers, but like I said, Dark of the Moon for one. If you take out the opening section of him looking for a job and doing all this nonsense, you just cut that whole sequence out, the movie would be fantastic. Because you don't see the parents, you don't see him dealing with the relationship with his girlfriend.
Now that I'm thinking of it, if you take out the first 30 minutes or so, 30 minutes of the movie, it could be the best Transformers.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah,
most definitely. Because it's just a lot of stupid jokes and just.
Yeah, because what
lines that just fall flat, it just doesn't work.
Yeah,
like
the problem I have with
the cup.
Yeah.
Why do I have? Is there a red cup on the yellow floor? Can you get that out of my sight?
Yeah,
he literally runs. The lady walks away and cries. What he says to her, sicko, or he says something to her. It's so random.
That could have been a deleted scene.
Yeah.
We didn't need to see that.
He should have already had the job. He should already had that terrible job. The parents should have met up with him and he told him, I got a terrible job. I didn't get the job that I was supposed to get.
Right.
That should have been the storyline. Him dealing with him not getting the job that he wanted to get after doing everything he did in the last two movies. That should have been the storyline. He got a badass girlfriend with a better job than we've seen happen, but you just cut out that opening. I think you keep the Transformer stuff in there. The Transformer stuff in there. You keep that stuff in there.
So go back a couple.
You keep that stuff in there.
To go back.
You just cut out the stuff with Sam. I don't care about Sam that much when you doing that.
I don't like the new girlfriend. I don't like the new girlfriend.
I agree. I kind of upset that Megan Fox and Michael.
I would rather
they would have kept her. It wouldn't have been as bad.
But I mean, she was fired. So I would rather him not have a girlfriend than to have a girlfriend.
But then it's like
because it was like
the ending kind of doesn't make sense because the reason why he goes to Chicago is to get his girl.
But he was so in love with her, like he was like ready to marry. He was living with this girl.
You talking about the white
the new chick? Yeah, like he was living with this. It's like we weren't emotionally invested.
We couldn't have time.
Yeah, they shoehorned us into that relationship.
Obviously, there's one line saying that Megan Fox fucking dumped his ass. Yeah. That's basically what the line is.
I didn't like that.
But whatever about that. Overall, I'm excited about Phase 4. Which one out of this lineup are you the most? Obviously, said Eternals, but besides the Eternals, what else are you most intrigued about? To me, it's probably Doctor Strange. That's probably my most excited one. I'm actually kind of intrigued about Black Widow because we know spoiler, she dies in Endgame. So
Eternals is number one. That's the one I'm most excited about. Doctor Strange is number 2, and then Falcon and Winter Soldier is number 3.
Okay. For me, it'd probably be Thor, Eternals, and then Doctor Strange. I forgot about Thor. I just looked at it. Oh, Thor is probably my most intriguing one because they brought Natalie Portman back, and I think they were kind of setting it up in Endgame, and we just didn't know. She even had one scene in Endgame, and we just think, oh, they just brought her back for one little cameo, and then she ended up coming back with Thor.
The thing that's crazy though, because nobody had any idea that she was gonna be in the movie.
No.
And then she shows up at the premiere, and everybody's like, "What? What is she doing here?"
That was weird. I remember I saw exactly what she said. I saw a photo. I said, "Oh, maybe Marvel just called her up saying we want you to come." Because
a lot of people thought that.
But that's why people was upset about the J.K. Simmons thing because he showed up at the Spider-Man premiere. People think, why is he there? Because there's no other Raimi actors there. You don't see James Franco and Tobey Maguire going there. So maybe he's in the movie, and I'm thinking, I didn't know that. I thought when people said stay for Nick, I thought it was gonna be a Tobey Maguire thing. I thought they was gonna be like, okay, Mysterio was dead, and I thought like Tobey Maguire was gonna be like his brother or something like that. I really thought it was gonna be something like that. I didn't think like. I thought it was gonna be that.
I had no idea it was gonna have any connection to Sam Raimi.
I figured that.
I didn't know that.
I had a feeling Sam was gonna be something with the Raimi. I had a feeling. Not thinking it was gonna be J. Jonah Jameson. I screamed like, what the? I did exactly what Spider-Man did when he found out. I did that exact same thing. I'm not even lying to you.
Do you think that we'll ever see a Spider-Verse movie with Tom Holland?
No. I think the reason why we aren't because of Spider-Verse. Spider-Verse kind of like put the nail to the coffin saying, Marvel, you can't do this because we're doing it in our universe.
I agree.
And I don't think...
You're not going to steal our thunder.
No, you're not going to steal our thunder. And I don't think they can do it justice like Spider-Verse did. I'm sorry. I just don't think they can.
I just
don't think they can. Spider-Verse is still the best Spider-Man movie ever made. I don't care what nobody say.
I've watched Spider-Verse 3 times. In its entirety. I mean, I watched it in bits and pieces here and there, but in its entirety, I watched it 3 times.
I probably watched it more than that.
I know you have. That's what you do.
Spider-Verse is amazing,
but because I didn't feel as strongly about it as he did. I love the movie. Don't get me wrong. I think it's a great movie. To this day, I still think that Spider-Man 2 is the best Spider-Man movie ever made. That being said, Spider-Verse is a close second. For me.
See, but it's hard to say because I do love Spider-Verse.
I love
Spider-Man
Spider-Verse.
Too, bro. I definitely agree.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's a toss-up, but like I said, on different days, it changes.
Yeah.
Like just like, your mind think, oh yeah, I like to like this.
The only reason
I recently watched Spider-Man 2 and I said, man, this movie's fantastic.
The only reason I can't...
You ever seen Spider-Man 2.1?
Yes. I watched that. I don't even watch Spider-Man 2.
Watch that over again. This extra sequence with Spider-Man
when they re-released Spider-Man 2 on Blu-ray, it's 2.1.
Well, it's both. Because on mine, you can pick between which one to watch. On mine, you
can. Can I pick?
You probably can. You just always pick up 2.1 because the first thing you pick up. It ain't on mine. That's the first thing you see. Like, you can watch 2.1, you can watch Spider-Man 2.
That battle, like,
2.1.
That battle on the building, like that.
They make it longer because there's a scene where they go inside the building, like where they're going, and the lady's like, oh my god. And the train. Extra scene.
The train.
There's only one scene I don't like. Is there's a scene between MJ and her friend, and she's talking about, oh, what about the guy that you kissed, blah blah blah. That's probably the only scene.
The chick that she's acting with.
Yeah. There's a sequence where there's a scene where they have them talking about.
Yeah, that was unnecessary.
Yeah.
But
they want more. Yeah. I understand for Mary Jane is more.
Yeah. The only reason I can't put Spider-Verse over
it's the animated thing.
It's not even that. It's animated.
That's the thing I'll take away from it. Because if I would rank them, I wouldn't rank Spider-Verse in there because it's not live action. And that's why I said I think Tom Holland is the best live action Spider-Man. I said that. Because it's no comparison to anime because anime is animation.
Yeah.
You can do anything with animation. You can make him very vibrant. You can do it. You can do it any way. With playing an actor live action, that's why like with Lion King, it's very hard to portray emotion in characters that's supposed to look real.
Right.
You can't see animation like cartoon. You can't.
Right. So because you can exaggerate in it when it's animation. But I can't put Spider-Verse over Spider-Man 2 because of Peter Parker. The version of Peter Parker we see is
You talking about
so it's so completely different.
Yeah, most
from
most
any
definitely.
other version of Peter.
All the Peter Parker, even the Peter Parker, B Parker, and the other one.
Yeah, but
they're totally different from.
Yeah, but the blonde Peter Parker is more of the definitive Peter Parker than the other Peter Parker. Yeah. But we only see him for like 2 minutes.
Right.
So
I kind of hated that they killed him.
Yeah.
It's so weird. Like it's so.
I
weird.
mean, it was necessary. I get it.
Mine was like, damn, I seen Spider-Man die twice in 1 year because he's talking about Endgame. I mean, Infinity War. He does the way.
Yeah, but that's the reason that I can't put it over Spider-Man 2.
I agree because obviously what Peter Parker goes through in Spider-Man 2, and that's the one thing I do love about it, is that with Peter Parker, he has to be always knocked down. Like, you always have to knock him down, but he always finds a way to pick him up.
They adapted,
obviously, Spider-Man 1, he said, as much as I can, I always find myself.
They adapted one of the best stories.
Spider-Man
No More. They adapted one of the best Spider-Man stories, and did it so well.
Yeah. Like I said, all the
you
stuff,
were so
bro,
emotionally invested.
All the stuff he was going through, bro. Dude, he can't balance Spider-Man and his job.
Right.
He can't keep good grades. He keep messing up his friendship with his friends. He can't even tell his best friend what he's going through because he's Spider-Man, because he thinks Spider-Man killed his father.
Yeah, being Spider-Man is preventing him from living his life.
Yeah.
But he has to be Spider-Man because it's the right thing to do.
Yeah. And then on top of that, he's losing his powers.
Right.
On top of that, he's losing his powers. So like I do, like I said, it's a toss up because like I recently just watched Spider-Man 2 when I was at work, and I was literally like, I've watched it so much, I literally don't have to watch it. I can hear it and I know exactly what's going on. So like I'm hearing the scene like where he's talking to Mary Jane and she's talking about how, you know, what she's going through. And he's like just sitting there. He can't tell her like, I love you. I want to be with you.
She was like,
and the way they portray
like, even Harry came, but my best friend though, like
no, not that's it. I'm talking about the first scene where when he tells her about the play.
Oh yeah, you're right.
That whole sequence is. And that's the one. That's why people say, "Oh, Spider-Man 1 is better." No, Spider-Man 2 is better because it's a better paced movie. It's more about the characters. Spider-Man is barely Spider-Man in this movie. He's barely Spider-Man until like a little bit in the middle, and then obviously he loses his powers, and then he finally becomes Spider-Man towards the end. Like he's barely Spider-Man in this movie. It's more about Peter Parker, what he goes through. That's the most important thing. Obviously, with Spider-Verse, it was about more than that. It was about more characters. That's the thing. That's probably why Spider-Man 2 is better.
And it's lot
more about Peter Parker.
It's a lot going on in Spider-Verse.
Yes,
a lot.
Most definitely.
Spider-Man 2 is more focused.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. I definitely agree with you on that one. But overall, I'm very excited. I know we just went on a tangent, but that's what we do on here. That's what we do. We talk about a lot of nerd shit. Overall, I'm very excited for Phase 4. Like I said, it's very intriguing what they're doing. This is a very different lineup than we ever gotten. Obviously, because we got Disney Plus coming up, so they added TV shows in here as well. Yeah. That's going to be connected with the movies. And I think, like I said, talking about the WandaVision and Doctor Strange, I think that whatever happens in WandaVision will come into Cyberverse with Doctor Strange.
Yeah, WandaVision will lead directly into
Doctor Strange because obviously they're in the same movie. That's the one thing I want to ask questions is what are these movies going to have a straight
through
line? Because obviously Eternal is going to take place in another universe. Well, not universe, but in outer space. So that doesn't have to like really make kind of like Guardians. You can only watch Guardians back to back. You don't have to watch it in the same timeline as the other movies. You can really watch those anytime.
Because the story is independent.
Right. Well, I would say if you watching from Captain America, watch Captain America, Captain Marvel first, obviously. And you watching them in chronological order by the way there happens in the universe.
Right.
But yeah, I'm excited, man. It's funny because I seen IGN post a video saying that Marvel was releasing something, so I said, okay, it's gonna be Phase 4, most definitely. But I was trying to figure out what it was gonna be. You
had no idea it was gonna be all that.
I didn't think it was gonna be this. I did not think it was gonna be this. I think it was gonna be Disney Plus shows, but I did not think it was gonna be Thor, and I think it was gonna be Doctor Strange, and I think it was not gonna be. I didn't think it was gonna be called the Multiverse of Madness. Did not think it was gonna be called that. Did not think it was gonna be a horror film at that. I did not think that Shang-Chi was actually gonna be involved with the Mandarin. Did not think that was gonna happen. I knew the Eternals come out. We knew about Black Widow. Knew about WandaVision. Knew about Falcon and Winter Soldier. Knew about Loki. And I knew about What If. I knew about those. But obviously, those are Disney Plus shows, so those are already kind of released. But the movies, we didn't know anything about it. That's what one thing I know that certain spots, that certain movies are going to be put in this list because we only have one, two, three. We only have, well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We only have 5 movies in this phase.
Yeah,
that's the one thing. One reason why I think
Phase 3 had like twice as many movies.
Even though I think they're gonna go smaller with this because obviously we have to Phase 2 so much. So maybe they are gonna go smaller this phase, but I do think they're gonna add Black Panther in this. I think they're gonna add Black Panther in this phase, and maybe Guardians might be the at the end of this phase. I really do think because we only got what
they kind of have to.
This is only a 2-year gap.
Yeah.
From 2020 and 2021. There's nothing else after that.
They kind of have to do Guardians 3 and Phase 4 because the Guardians storyline was left so open ended
in Endgame.
Yeah, because I don't think people want to wait 3-4 years.
I don't want to wait 3-4 years because they confirmed that Gamora's still alive. And she literally just got away.
She survived.
Right. So we obviously know that's going to be the main through line. Even though I don't always trust IMDb, but she is not credited to be in this movie in Guardians 3. They don't even have a confirmed title yet for it. So they still don't even know it's going to be called Asgardians of the Galaxy because Thor's going to be in it. So that's the one thing I know because I'm like, most of these are TV shows. Actually, most of them are TV shows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 more TV shows. So that's the one thing why I keep looking like, man, they're gonna add some movies in here. Like they can always rechange it. You know, I'm surprised they didn't just kind of hit us with a hoax and be like, oh yeah, we're doing other Avengers movies too. You know, because Kevin Feige always like tricking us with stuff like he did with Captain America: Civil War. Like it's called, what was it called? Serpent Assassin or something. Serpent Society or something. It was some weird title. I'm like, why would they be named that so weird? Then when they said Civil War, I was like, they kind of like blew our minds with that. So overall, I'm very intrigued with this. Like I said, I'm not jumping off the wall like when they did Phase 3. Because I'm sorry to say, Phase 3 is probably the best phase they ever did. Like,
because I mean, it's the best phase because it was a lot. They had so many movies. It
wasn't just a lot.
All
the movies were amazing.
I mean, no, they were, but they had.
All the movies were amazing. Even Doctor Strange.
They had so much
information. Surprise.
They had so much information to give us that it gave them more opportunity to present good stories.
Yeah, but then also it shows that what they can do within the matter of one phase. Yeah. That's the thing, because like, how many movies they had? Wait, Captain America, Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians 2, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Infinity War, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Captain Marvel, and Endgame. They had 9 movies
in one phase.
You know, that's crazy.
How many was in Phase 2?
5.
Was 5 Phase 2?
It was.
I feel like it was like 6.
Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World, Winter Soldier, Guardians. It was 6. You're right, because Age of Ultron and Ant-Man. Because Ant-Man is a part of Phase 2. So you're right, it was 6. It's 6. Well, they kind of did the same thing with Spider-Man. Because Spider-Man was after Endgame, but they said that ended Phase. Well, then I forgot about Spider-Man Homecoming, so it was 10 movies. It was 10 movies. Because Spider-Man
you said Spider-Man Homecoming.
I didn't say Spider-Man. I had Spider-Man Far From Home.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
Far From Home was part of Phase 3. So, man,
you're right.
He's the second hero, but between him and Iron Man that has 2 movies in the same phase. Because Iron Man had Iron Man 1 and 2 in the same phase 1. And then obviously Captain America had a movie in each phase because he had first one, Winter Soldier, and Civil War.
So do you think Spider-Man will be the face of the franchise now?
I really hope so because
I really don't want it to be.
You don't want. I don't think. I think when it comes to leading the Avengers, Captain Marvel will be it. But I think for the face of Marvel,
just like how Captain America was.
Exactly. Because you can really say Iron Man is the face, but he's not the leader.
Yeah.
He's not.
Yeah. In the context of the story, Cap was the leader.
Yeah.
But as far as the franchise is considered, Iron Man was.
Because overall, you're not seeing Captain America being showcased all the way.
But I mean,
even though he should be.
They balanced those 2 characters so well.
Yeah. But the one thing I can say,
if you were coming from an outside perspective, and I told you that Captain America was the face of the franchise, you could believe me.
Yeah.
If you didn't already know what you knew,
but the one thing I said that he has the better movies. All his movies are just they got better and better and better. And all the Avengers movies, he's the standout. He really is. He has some of the best lines in most of the Avengers movies. I mean, obviously Tony Stark is Tony Stark and Iron Man's Iron Man, but like Cap he be killing it in all these movies. He does. Even the little screen time he has in Infinity War, he kills it, man. Like he does. He just does. And obviously Endgame, I want to go Endgame. I just watched somebody react to the scene where Cap got this hammer, and I almost screamed, bro. Like, bro, that scene alone, bro, and I just watched him like, damn, Captain America was just like people didn't like the first Avenger. I'm like, but now, like, most people are cheering for him now, you know?
I was one of those people. I was like,
I didn't understand. I loved first Avenger when it first came out. I did, like.
It was just,
it's not even that. Chris Evans did an amazing job.
I didn't have a problem with Chris Evans. I thought Chris Evans was perfect.
Yeah, most definitely.
I didn't like the. It was a period piece, which I understood that it needed to be a period piece.
Right.
But it felt campy.
Well, you got to think about it's the 40s.
I know, but it at the time. I don't feel this way now.
You talking about the montage?
Yeah, not even the montage. Like when he was chasing dude after he just got juiced up.
Yeah.
Even that felt a little.
I agree.
Hokey.
I agree.
But over time, I was like, you know what? Like, I can't be without this movie.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, not saying that it is my favorite movie, but it's like this movie is important, and it's. I looked at it from the grand scheme. No, not the grand scheme, but
the overall arc.
Overall arc of Captain America, and I was like, this everything that happened in this movie was absolutely necessary. Yeah. And when I looked at it from that perspective, I was like, okay, this is a great movie.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. Most definitely.
It has its flaws, but it's a great movie. I can't deny it.
The one thing I did like that overall, like Captain America has arc throughout the whole MCU. Like from each movie that he started, from First Avenger, from Avengers, from Civil War, from Age of Ultron.
But the thing is,
and Infinity War, and on.
What is brilliant?
He changes every single movie.
What's brilliant about the arcs of Tony Stark and Steve Rogers, they're opposite.
Yeah, most definitely. That's why Civil War works so well. That's why Civil War works so well.
Oh my God, like.
Two different coins.
Yeah, Captain America does this, but Tony Stark does this, and it's because Tony goes from being selfish to selfless.
Yeah, he more about
and then
he comes to just caring about himself to care about others.
Yeah, and Cap was the exact opposite. He's so selfless that it is his biggest flaw. Mm-hmm. He cares too much, and then he finally realizes that I have to take care of myself if I'm gonna be
he stays behind, right?
Yeah,
that's basically what he does.
Yeah, if I'm
he's like I gotta do one for myself.
Yeah, if I'm gonna be
all this for everyone,
even before that, even in Civil War, he was like I have to stand by my morals. Yeah. I have to. Yeah. I have to consider myself.
Regardless of what it came down to.
Yeah, I was like,
you think about all the situations that happened in Civil War is because of what he did.
Right.
Everything that happens to the situation is what he caused.
Yeah.
He literally went after Winter Soldier. It got him in this scenario that would happen.
Yeah. He's like, I have to consider myself if I'm going to be
Zemo,
to any help.
And it's the reason why Iron Man and them are fighting.
Yes, absolutely. Like,
everything is crazy.
I don't know if they did that on purpose, but like
it worked.
It worked.
Regardless if they
it worked well.
It does. Man. Like, that's the one thing, like, what Marvel has done, like, I know we probably didn't say this on numbers of time, I probably say this numbers of reviews I done on Marvel, but what they have done, and what they are still doing, obviously, what they done shown at Comic-Con, is that they can do different things with these characters. Mm-hmm. That's one thing I do love. That's why one thing I love about, especially Phase 301, it's all different movies. They're all different movies with different tones, different characters, different genres, right? So even with the other Phase 2, I'm just talking about Phase 3 specifically, but
because they're all under the umbrella of superhero movies, right. But Ant-Man is a heist comedy.
Yeah.
Like it's clearly a comedy. Like from beginning to end, they make sure that the movie is very funny.
Right.
And then you have Doctor Strange, and that's going to be a horror movie.
Yeah.
Like
even going back to like
Winter Soldier.
It's a espionage spy thriller. That's
when I'm watching it, I feel like I'm watching Enemy of the State.
Yeah, most
with Captain America,
the fugitive.
Yeah, the fugitive.
That's basically what it is. Like he's a fugitive the whole time.
I
feel like if I watch Enemy of the State.
I feel it's the Winter Soldier feels the least like a superhero movie out of the entire MCU.
Yeah, most definitely. It's because you literally can take away the Captain America name, and call it something else, and it's basically the same.
And
they take the superhero element out of the movie.
Yeah, and
kind of like that's what makes these movies so much good. Same like the Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
You take Batman out of that and just make him a normal person.
Right.
The movie is the same. It's the same.
Because it's like The Departed.
Yeah.
Because I saw The Dark Knight before I saw The Departed. So when I watched The Departed, I felt like I was watching The Dark Knight.
Yeah, and it's funny the Dark Knight came out after.
Right. So if it had been the opposite, I would have had the same feeling.
I love The Departed. So funny.
Bruh, the Departed is one of the few movies that literally had my mouth open.
Yeah,
I was like, what?
Right? Yeah. Especially the ending.
Yeah.
This thing, Mark Wahlberg at the end, like, gotcha. Shout out to my nigga Mark Wahlberg. He don't get his praise enough, man. He don't get his praise enough, man. I'll probably support anything, even if it's trash. Like I said, I do like him in Transformers. Most people don't, but I do like it actually. I actually do like him in Transformers. I think I liked him better in Last Night than I did in Age of Extinction.
That is definitely the opposite for me.
I don't know why. That's why I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I don't know.
He is the best thing about both movies.
Most definitely. I think we're gonna end it there. There's nothing else to really talk about. I think we talked about everything we wanted to talk about. We're gonna end this episode of Nerd Talk on a high note, talking about Marvel Phase 4. Like I said, we're both excited about what they're gonna do. Like I said, I'm very intrigued to see what they're gonna do. Marvel is right now on top of their game. I'm gonna definitely subscribe to Disney Plus. I'm definitely getting Disney Plus.
Yeah,
I want to keep up on these shows.
That is going to be the last service I subscribe to.
I think I'm gonna get them. I think I'm gonna say fucking ESPN Plus because I'm so upset because I don't have cable and I have no way to really watch.
Nobody has cable.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I don't have no other way to watch sports, so I think I'm gonna just get them anyway.
Get YouTube TV, because then you can watch other stuff.
I don't watch anything else.
Yeah.
I don't watch anything else. If I do, I got the Fire Stick.
Yeah. See, the only thing about the Fire Stick is that sometimes the stuff don't work.
No, the only thing is with me is that like with shows, I have to wait. I can't watch them when they premiere. I have to wait after they premiere to watch them. Like with The Walking Dead, I have to wait an hour till they premiere, then I can watch. Their links will be up on the Fire Stick.
Right.
But you do right. Like with certain things, they don't work. Like certain TV shows don't show up. Certain links don't show up for certain TV shows. I try to watch an old TV show, the links didn't show up. But for certain things they do. It depends on what you got. Like some turn TV don't work. I had another one called Cyberflix. You can download it. Did I send you that link?
No,
Cyberflix. I'll send you that later so you can figure it out. Cause that always works for me. I've been watching movies on there. It's been good. Most definitely. Like I said, that's how I've been watching Endgame, and the copy been phenomenal. It's been clear, even though it's Chinese writing on it, but it's clear. That's why I'm so ready for it to come on Blu-ray. Because once the Blu-ray come out, or once the digital code come out, it's gonna be clear on the Fire Stick. It's gonna look HD.
Absolutely. I'm
so ready for it. Oh my God, June 30th can't come fast enough. It can't. I'm so August 13th can't come fast. I'm so ready for Endgame to come out on Blu-ray. It's not even funny. I won't be buying 3 copies. I don't care what nobody say. I have 3 copies of Infinity War,
which is excessive.
I have 2 copies of Black Panther,
which is excessive.
It's not. Those movies are phenomenal. I have 2 copies of Winter Soldier.
You can only watch one at a time, though.
Man, you gonna deny This steelbook? You gonna deny this steelbook, bro? Look at this. You gonna deny this? It's 4K.
That's different though.
No, that's what I'm saying. I got 4K and Blu-ray. That's why I bought it. It's 4K.
But that's different. They came out at different times.
Yeah, but I still own the Blu-ray still.
I know.
Yeah, so how's that accessible? I have this copy.
That's like I'm saying. That's not accepted. That's
Are you talking about buying them at the same time?
Yeah, buying 3 copies of the same movie at the same time.
No, I think that's fine. That's why I did the same thing with Spider-Man.
I would just get
the same thing I did with Spider-Man.
Yeah, I would just get the one that I like the most.
Blu-ray update will be coming when that movie comes out. I'll be doing the Blu-ray updates, and I had to get my steelbooks up.
I do have a few announcements.
Let's go ahead and get on.
This will probably be my last Nerd Talk for a long time.
Until I get to Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm moving to Atlanta at the end of August. But he's gonna follow me down there eventually.
I'm making this. I'm officially saying this will be my last one right here. That's what. I will be done.
Yeah.
After next year.
Yeah,
I really want to get my.
Yeah, last year was my last winter, so I'm done.
You went a step ahead of me. But I just want to prepare.
Yes, that's why we felt it was important for us to do this particular Nerd Talk, because we knew that it like obviously all the news that had come out, we couldn't not talk about it.
Yeah.
But the other reason is that we knew it was gonna be like the last one that we was gonna do for a while.
Like I said, most likely if I can set up, I can just probably hit you up through Skype. I'll
Yeah.
do it. I'm if anything.
We'll work it out.
Like I said, most time I really want to do Nerd Talk when big news. Like this is big.
Yeah.
San Diego Comic-Con just passed, and I want to talk
Right.
about it.
We could not talk about
Right. So like I said, something big. Let's say they finally announced the cast X-Men. I'm gonna find a way to call you so we can do this.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna figure out a way to do something where I can Skype you. We can stream it that way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna figure out a way. Most likely, we're gonna try to do it. But the only reason just like you said, I wanted to do this Nerd Talk because something like this come out. I'm not gonna make this a witch-roll thing because it's really hard to do this.
Yeah.
I'll be busy. We got lives, guys.
We both got multiple jobs. I got a kid.
For one, we don't, and another thing, I'm sorry to say, we don't make money off this. We doing this just for fun. We just doing this for fun. Because we really like getting our points out. We want to do it on camera.
Yeah, and that brings me to my next point. I will be starting my own vlog. It'll be similar to this, but the difference is I'll be focusing specifically on superheroes and comic book culture. So that's from source material to any form of media.
Will you be doing it through camera or you be doing through writing?
Both.
Both.
I will be writing editorials, but it'll mostly be on camera.
Will you be doing it through YouTube or you doing another platform?
It'll be on YouTube for sure. But
so if you need any pointers,
for sure.
I've been doing this too long, man. I probably know a lot about
this. But that probably won't happen until like the spring, because like I said, I'm moving to Atlanta this fall, and this is a big transition. So once I get settled, look for me in springtime.
Well, after that big announcement, we're going to end it right here. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. Let me know what you thought of the MCU announcements. Let me know what you thought of Lion King. Let me know what you thought of the It trailer. Let me know what you thought of Avengers passing Avatar as well. And I'm just one thing I probably would do. Let them know what they can find you on social media so if they want to hit you up.
Oh yeah, hit me up on social media. My handle is SmoothJStew on everything. That's SMOOTHJSTEW. Smooth J Stew on Instagram, Smooth J Stew on Twitter, Smooth J Stew on Snapchat. I'm barely on Snapchat.
Snapchat's a roller.
But yeah, you can find me everywhere at Smooth J Stew.
Yeah. Same here on Instagram. My name is Marty McFly21. It's Marty__McFly21 at Instagram. Twitter is LexThomas21. And Facebook is Alex Thomas. If you want to just hit me up, just search Alex Thomas and send me a message if you want to talk about anything. I wouldn't mind it. I just have to look through my wife first because she don't like when I get random messages from people. Yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know what all you thought of all the stuff that we talked about in the comment section below. Please hit a like and please subscribe. Also check out my guy John when he's hit up his blog. And we're honest with you guys. Peace out. I think that was very successful.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good one.